Okay, we have somebody in the audience who is live streaming this, and the person who's live streaming this, who does clubhouse debates,
as the single ultimate foundation of all that exists that is not himself, and he is a mind.
I don't think that's a coherent concept.
What's that?
I don't think that's a coherent concept.
How is it? How? Okay. How is it? Is it incoherent to say that there is a single ultimate foundation to everything?
Maybe, maybe not. What I have a problem with is the
No,
mind.
I don't want to hear maybe or maybe not. What I want to, I want you to address the question. So that's dodge number one. Is somebody stipulating, whether you believe it or not, that there is a singular ultimate foundation of all that exists? Is that incoherent?
I don't think that in and of itself is incoherent. I don't believe that's the case.
Okay,
No
is that coherent?
I'm not sure. I don't even really have a grasp on what it is you're
asking.
Well,
you need to answer the question. You're dodging, so that's dodge number two.
No, I'm not dodging. I'm just saying I don't.
I'm getting my roll of duct tape out. You have already violated your commitment. You can laugh all you want, princess, but you have violated.
What's with the homoerotic derogatories that you call me all the time?
It's not homoerotic. Okay. I could call you kink pukesies, which would be more fitting. But you have already broken you have already, if anyone talks in here other than King Xerxes and myself, you will be server muted. Now, you have already broken your promise already. You have dodged twice. Okay? I asked you a simple question. If one stipulates that there is a singular ultimate foundation of all that there is that incoherent? I want a simple, clear answer.
I don't know.
Okay. Then you're not in a position to say that the inclusion of a mind to that is incoherent.
Well, a mind is the way in which we understand minds is it's a constant linear sequence of mental states.
Not
it's
necessarily
constantly fluctuating, constantly changing.
For human beings, it is.
Okay, well, I don't understand what a mind means outside of that context. So, what does it mean?
Okay, well, God could have one thought that contains the truth value of all propositions, including future tense propositions. So the point is, it's a mind that has one or more thoughts. Okay. Now, there's nothing incoherent about there being an eternal mind.
Are you gonna let me prod that a little further? Or are we just gonna move on?
No, I'm want you to give me your defense of atheism. So far, you're failing miserably.
Yeah, so I mean, right out of the gate, if this thing is a mind, an internal mind of that, and it knows all true propositions, that would include all counterfactual propositions as well, which would be an infinite regress. And then on top of that, if it's an internal mind, it can't change. So how does it actualize any state of affairs?
No, why would it be an infinite regress? Because regress would have to do with succession.
Well, yeah, but there's an infinite regress of factual, counterfactual claims.
No. If the mind of God knows all true propositions, it's not a regress. You're making a category error there.
Okay, whatever the hell that means. But you said
Look, it is a category error. When you talk about a regress, you're talking about a cause and effect sequence. Okay, the bottom line here is, do you have a defeater instead of double talk that there is no God?
Yeah, you previously defined him as eternal, and if he's eternal, he can't change. If he can't change, he can't affect anything. If he can't affect anything, he can't create the universe.
Why can't an eternal being change?
A change is a transition in states of affairs. It requires time.
Okay. Well, you just stepped into the bear trap. Okay. Now, if change requires time, what is time?
The measurement of change.
No, that would be a metric for time. That wouldn't tell me what time is.
No, that's what time is.
Yeah, dude, listen to me. This is an area that I've recently spent a good amount of time studying. You made a big mistake bringing up time.
Okay.
So I want you to give me a coherent, single sentence definition of time, not things that are associated with time. I want you to give me a single sentence definition of time.
Time is the measurement of change.
No. You did it again. All you're talking about, okay, so what you're talking about is a metric, okay? So what you really should say, rather than invoking a metric, because a metric, okay, is an overview of change. So what you really mean is time change? Think carefully before think carefully. Do you hold to the relational view of time?
What is that?
You don't know?
No.
You just said, is it your position that time is change?
Time is the measurement of change.
No. A measurement is an add-on to time. It's a metric. There can be different metrics of time. Okay.
Okay.
See, you're making a mistake. You see, you do a lot better if you had actually studied the issue of time, but I don't think you have. So,
okay.
What is time?
The measurement of change.
I know that's the third time you've repeated that. I told you why that's incorrect.
No, you didn't.
Is time fundamentally the indefinite progress of events?
I don't know what the hell that means.
Okay, well, that's a dictionary definition.
The indefinite progress of events.
Progress indefinite
is just another word for change.
Okay, it's time. Okay, when you say, does change have to occur first before there can be a metric? How do you have a metric first?
Yeah, so when I say that change requires time, what I mean by that is that when things change, that's a transition between states and affairs, right? Transitions are from point A to point B. We would measure that with time. Right. That's how we conceive of that.
So what you're talking about is called the relational concept of time. Are we clear?
Glad to know.
Okay. So is time fundamentally relational?
I don't know. Probably.
Okay. Yeah. We're not going to do this. Okay. Either time is relational at its core or not.
Seems that way to me.
Okay. Is that a yes?
Well, I'm not giving you like a. I don't know.
Okay, Xerxes, you are an arrogant, prideful idiot. But when I'm asking you precise questions, all I'm getting is, I don't know, it could be, it seems that way. You're not so arrogant now. You're fumbling all over yourself. Now, you're taking the position that time is the relation between events. A metric, would be something that's an overlay to change or the relationality of events. Okay? Now, so you said change requires time, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So if we have an event that causes something and then the result, which would be a secondary event, is that time? Or is time some type of metaphysical environment or conveyor belt upon which change can take place?
That's a weirdly worded question.
No, it's not. It's not, because Newton believed in absolute time. That there has to be an absolute. Now, is time when there is an event and a second event?
If there's a linear transition between events, that would be time.
Okay. If there's only one event, does that entail time?
That's not coherent. There can't just be one event. There has to be a transition from point A to point B in order for it to be called an event.
Okay. So here's the problem.
Thing isn't happening if it doesn't start and stop.
You just screwed yourself, and let's see what a dishonest person you are. Okay.
Okay.
So then, in order for there to be time, you said it's relational. So when the first event occurs, there's no second event for it to occur in time. You just said causation can't occur with time. So the first event would be chronologically prior to the second event. So before the effect comes into being, then there can't be a first event or a first cause under your view, because it wouldn't be time, because time is relational.
Yeah, that's literally what I believe.
So your position, I just explained to you why your position is incoherent. Now you can play dumb, but that will be the end of you if you play dumb. I just showed you an absolute defeater for your position. Now either you're intelligent enough to understand what a devastating blow I laid for your position, or you can play dumb and look foolish before everyone in the room. You said at its core, time is relational between two events. Okay? So if there's not two events, if there's not a relation, then there's no time, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said there can't be causation without time. So how does the first event occur when it's not in time?
I don't believe there was a first event.
There has to be, okay?
No,
in fact, yeah, it does. Let me tell you why, all right? Because Graham Oppie, it's called the Oppie principle.
Good for Oppie.
Okay? Yeah. So the point is, in the Oppie principle, if there is a second event, right, there has to be a change in the first state, okay, in order to brown a second event. Okay, so there has to be a change, and then there is a first event. But you said causes cannot happen without time, but you define time as relational between two events. So before there's a second event, there wouldn't be time for causation. So your definition of what cannot be just destroyed your position on time.
No, it didn't.
Okay, have a nice day. You're done. Okay, this is why this guy is a retard. I just annihilated his position, and so rather than admit it, you go, "No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I didn't say that. You did. You didn't. No, you didn't." So he just outright lied that he got eviscerated. He simply said causation cannot occur without time. Okay, we all heard him say that, right, folks?
Well, wait. I think he understood what you were saying, and then he tried to retreat to some sort of like.
Okay. Did we not all hear him say that there can't be causation without time? Right?
Yes, we did.
Okay, now, when I asked him to define time, he defined it as relational between two events.
Yes, he did.
There has to be a second event for there to be time. Okay? But you see, when we have the cause, when something is a cause, there has to be a change that takes place. Okay? But before there's a second event, okay, there's no relation. In order for there to be a relation, you have to have two events. So he's defining time relationally. But you see, before the second event occurs, and we have a first state where there is a change, there's not a second event yet. So time can't exist.
Yeah, and I think he understood what you were pointing to him, and that it was a problem, which is why he tried to reject the notion of a first event. And it sounded like he was going to like infinitism or something.
Well, you didn't just talk. You didn't say that. I didn't hear anything. Did you hear anything? I didn't say that. Did you say that? Do you see what a train wreck this guy is? He's so dishonest that I just unpacked his view of time and I annihilated it. He said time is relational between two events. And without time, there can't be causation. So the first cause cannot be because it's not in time. Because there's not a second event in order for there to be a relation for time to exist.